And I know the town of Ellery is putting together a possible moratorium to kind of take a look at what's going on over there. And I encourage folks to do this. Just think about this. This is from my 2 cents for today. Is regardless of what the situation, whether it's a oil spill in the Gulf or if it's some smell coming off the county dump site, whatever it is, let's try to get people together in a room without having to bring in legal experts and spending all this kinds of money and finger pointing and putting editorials in the newspaper. Just get people to sit down, talk it through, get the facts and present it. And in this case, I know the county planning board has even stepped forward. We had Doug Bowen here when Reed was on vacation a while back. They're willing to be a third party to kind of referee the situation. This is a small county. We can take care of our issues. We don't need to be bringing in experts from all over the place to plead our case and get everybody's hackles up. So folks, Chautauqua County, let's work out our own problems. Let's be good neighbors to each other, and let's figure out what's going on over there. Back to you, Reed.
Okay. We do have certain problems here that stink. The landfill, though, it is the largest landfill in the eastern United States. It still has available dumping. So we are very fortunate. We are blessed. And thank you, among others, Bill Parnett, who was the county planner at the time and said, hey, let's buy this and make a landfill out of it. We're going to need it in the future. And that was like 1,000,000 years ago. But, yeah, we're lucky. And, I almost bought a place over in Dunkirk right by the they have a sewer plant over there, and I caught one whiff of it and told my wife, this ain't for us. So don't buy next to landfills or sewer plants unless you have a very thin budget. Remember, the houses go cheap there. Guest. We have a wonderful guest with us who is so kind to give up her time. She comes over here every few weeks and gives us a little insight into what's going on for seniors. This is Dr. MaryAnnSpanospt2. She is the one in charge of senior affairs for the county and does a heck of a job, I might add, considering the fact that they keep cutting your budget every year. I was informed they're bringing a trailer over to the park, and it had already
Reed,
written.
you keep saying that.
Big sign, Office of Aging was on it. But at any rate, Mary Ann, what's new over there at the Office of Aging? You've got a heck of a lot. I see you wrote down HEAP now. Of course, the government, in their kindness, since most seniors use HEAP, I mean, most of them, HEAP money goes to seniors, a good percentage of it, cut back on HEAP sharply this year. They cut back on the money. They cut back on the dates that you can use it. They shrunk it. You don't need heat anymore after Christmas or something, whatever it is anyway, it's much shorter. And same with the other end.
Yeah, and there are some changes because of that had to be made at the county because we aren't getting as much administration money. And so the Office for the Aging after December 31st is not working on the HEAP program. We will still be there to help guide people, but the Department of Social Services is really taken over taking in those applications and helping everybody of any age get their benefit. So there have been some changes. You can still stop into our office and we'll get you where you need to be, get you an application. But if you're out of, if you're out of fuel, if you need a furnace repair or replacement, I would suggest you call us because it's not all being handled within our office anymore. So the number to call is, they gave you that number, but you can also call our New York Connects helpline, 753-4582, or in Jamestown, 661-7582, or in Dunkirk, 363-4582. So either the New York Connects number or any of our office numbers, they will get you to the right person. But you will have better luck calling first and setting up an appointment because we may have to have you meet with somebody in social services. Okay, well, nobody's ever going to remember any of those numbers. No, but call our office.
Call the Office of Aging, and incidentally, you can do it an easy way, the way I always do it, because I can never remember numbers at my age. So I just call 753-4000, which is the office, and then I say, give me the Office of the Aging,
Right.
or give me Jay Gould, or give me somebody over there.
That's the county operator,
Yeah,
and
she does it. She's real
she'll
good.
get you where you're going.
Yeah.
But we do have some exciting things happening at the Office for the Aging. We continue to work on a falls prevention grant, and you know, the biggest thing that I've got to put it where we have been involved with this coalition in Western New York called Step Up to Stop Falls. And older people think, you know, that falling is just something that happens as you get older. Well, that's not true. There are many reasons why people fall. And we all fall, but there are many reasons why that happens. That can be one of them. But there are many things that people can do to prevent it. And we're trying to get the word out because, you know, as you get older, the consequences of a fall are really what worries seniors.
You know, that's, I remember my next door neighbor fell many years ago when I was in Lindenhurst down on Long Island. And she kept wailing, I'm dead, I'm dead. She broke her hip. She felt it. She said, I'm dead. And you know, she was right. She died. Back then, it was almost a death sentence to break your hip. And that's what happened from falls.
Well, and that's the consequence, but there is underlying problems that, you know, usually when they have weak bones, as we get older and we're not as active, we get weaker bones, and so that can be a problem. But, you know, falls can happen because, you know, there's environmental issues, either in your home with loose rugs or things that we leave out all over the stairs. It can be your clothing catches on something or your shoes. But it can also be medications that you're taking. If people are on more than 4 medications, and that includes not just the prescribed medications, but think about cold medicines. I can't take most cold medicines. They make me groggy. And they even say on them. So you mix those with your normal medications that you take prescribed by the doctor, and you could make yourself dizzy and fall. So medications, your eyesight. A lot of people don't go for regular checkups. I just had to get glasses for the first time in my life. I don't even think I put them in here, but 48 years old, I'm getting glasses. Yes, I am. 48 years old, and I'm having a little hard time dealing with the glasses. But sometimes when you get new glasses or you get those new trifocals, it takes time for you to get used to them.
Yes,
and they can be a tripping fall hazard.
Oh, definitely.
You know, we have a class that goes on about falls, and we had an expert from the environment, you know, to talk about community safety and walking around in the environment. And she was telling us about the incidence of, you know, pedestrian car accidents. And there's such simple things that we can do to prevent that, and we don't even think about it. You know, like not crossing in the middle of a street between cars where somebody can't see you.
Keep a kid out from in front of cars. That's one of the primary things.
Well, I mean, but you know, we tend to just jaywalk across the street. We don't even think about it. But there are a lot of little things that people can do every single day that can prevent falls. And there are exercise programs. This is actually a Tai Chi program that is specifically for older adults. It's very easy to use. There is, for people who are even wheelchair bound, there is a sitting one. Of course, if you can stand and walk, we don't recommend the sitting one. You won't get as much benefit. And then there is a level 1 and a level 2 of the standing Tai Chi. And the neat thing about this is you can watch this and do the moves. Sometimes Tai Chi turns you around and you can't see the video. So they made this so it's all forward facing. So you can just watch and mimic the moves. It's not going to turn you around backwards where you can't see the video. So it's really a neat thing.
How much that cost?
Nothing.
Free?
Well, I won't say it's free because we're in this Falls grant, we would like people just to do a simple assessment with us. It takes about 5 minutes. You fill out a form, and we do 2 simple tests, and then we might follow up with you about a couple months later. The tests are, we have you stand up and sit down 5 times, and we time you.
Okay, we have a caller, too.
Okay, and then we have you stand up, walk 10 feet, turn around, and sit down, and we time you. And then after you do this for a few months, we check you again, and many times we see improvements because your balance has gotten better.
Okay, thank you, caller, for waiting. We have, we'll talk a little more about that.
Sure.
About falling. I think it's very important. It's the most danger to seniors is falling.
Yes, it is.
Caller, you're on.
Good morning, Reed. How are you?
What's up?
I was wondering if the Office for the Aging still had the food program where you could buy these little ticket things and go out to restaurants and get meals.
Yes, we do. It's called our Senior Dining Out program, and we're very proud of it. We have not been able to add any new restaurants lately because, you know, the funding is just, it's not cut, but it's not growing, and that program is growing a lot. So we've had to, we're still looking to add a restaurant in Jamestown and in downtown Dunkirk because Ada's Kitchen that was working with us closed, unfortunately. But we still have the Green Arch going strong in Brockton, Grandma's Kitchen and the Cassadaga Surefine in Cassadaga. We have the Dutch Village in Clymer and Meters in Meters. Where's Meters? Ripley, thank you. Sorry. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Sorry, Ripley people.
Well, that's what happens when you're in your late 40s, you know.
Yep, it's going already. But it's a wonderful program. What it does is you get tickets from the Office for the Aging for a $3, actually it might be $3.50 now, donation. And you can take it to any of those restaurants and you present the ticket and you get a full meal off of their senior menu. That $3.50, it does not cover the full cost. What we do is we pair that $3.50 with the money we get from the state and federal government, and then we pay the restaurant the full cost of the meal.
And then you got to remember to tip them for the whole works. Right?
And you have to tip them, right.
Don't forget.
You know, the tip is not included.
It's not a 35-cent
But it's a
tip.
great deal. And this is open to anybody 60 and over. Now, the first time you do it, because we're using government funds, we have to have you register. And that means getting a little information about you. We keep it just within our offices, just for our own statistics. And after that first time of registering, you can just order tickets. We only allow you to use 1 ticket a day, just because we don't have unlimited funds for meals. But the neat thing is when you go to the restaurants, they have a lot more flexibility than our Meals on Wheels program. You have a lot more choice for both Meals on Wheels or our congregate meal programs. Our congregate meals are the same as the Meals on Wheels menu. So you don't have any choice there. But you go to these restaurants and they usually have, you know, anywhere from 6 to 10 different, you know, items that you can get.
Good price, for Pete's sake, for $3.50. You know, of course, that's a 50-cent increase and all. And the government is not giving us a real COLA, and hasn't for years. And so they say, you know, that Bannocky, who's the chief architect of our economy in this country, has the audacity to look at me out from TV and say, I don't see any inflation. You know, that's over 10%. It's 12, 15% inflation just for the tickets for the meals. But, I mean, it's not your fault either.
No, but, you know, something people don't know, and we've set up our dining out program in such a way, we use our dietitian to get together with the restaurants to make that meal and make sure that it meets USDA standards.
Who's your dietitian?
Cheryl Wallstrom,
okay.
Great lady. Anyway, because we do this, we get 2 different things that are very important to seniors. One is if you get food stamps, you could use some of your food stamps as your donation if you want to. These are donations, it's up to you. But it's that, again, more we get in donations, the more we can offer this program. So, but you can use your food stamps as your donation. If you wanted, if you said, I can't give you anything, a lot of people only get a small amount of food stamps. They don't use them. And we tell them, well, you know, you could use those food stamps as your donation. You could tell us.
For your $3.50?
Yeah.
So when you pay your $3.50 for the meal, you can use your food stamps.
If you want, but you know, some people don't get that much to pay. You know, if they wanted to get 10 tickets and they wanted to give us, you know, they said, I can't afford the $3.50, but I can give you $10 in food stamps, we'll take whatever they can give us.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of program this is. You know, we encourage people, if you can afford it, to pay the $3.50, you know, but it's not our, it's a donation. We can't force people to